Angela Simmons is out here looking like she just got run over by a bus full of heartbreak. Y'all, and not just any heartbreak, but the kind that hits hard enough to make you delete couple pics, drop weight, and start posting cryptic self-love captions at 3 a.m. on a weekday. And the man behind all this emotional carnage? None other than Gotti, the same guy who had been manifesting this woman in public since 2015. The man who once rapped about her like she was his ultimate prize just flipped the script and spun the block right back to Glorilla, like Angela was nothing more than a detour on his way home. Let's set the stage real quick. Gotti didn't just randomly start dating Angela Simmons out of nowhere. He had been crushing on her for years. This man literally rapped about her in Down in the DM, name-dropping her in a song that went viral. Everyone knew she was his dream girl, and for a long time, Angela wasn't paying him any mind, like zero. Gotti stayed persistent though. He flirted in interviews, made public declarations, even cracked jokes when she got engaged to someone else. The man wasn't giving up. So when they finally came out as a couple in late 2022, the whole internet was shook. People were like, wait, is this really happening? The man who chased her for almost a decade finally got the girl. At first, everything looked perfect. They were giving Instagram couple goals for real, matching outfits, private jet vacations, attending each other's family parties. Angela was hanging out with Gotti's mama. Y'all, it was deep. Their captions were straight out of a romance movie. You are all I need and more. Ain't lost a crush since high school. That kind of energy. It felt like a fairy tale come to life, the persistent underdog finally bagging the woman of his dreams. But not everyone was convinced. Some people side-eyed the whole situation, saying Angela curved this man for years. So why now? Was this real love or just her giving in to someone who wouldn't stop asking? Behind the glam and filters, cracks were forming. Rumors started circulating that things weren't as picture-perfect as they seemed. People close to the couple said Angela and Gotti were constantly arguing behind closed doors. The vibe wasn't romantic, it was tense. And to make it worse, word on the street was that Gotti had never really cut off ties with his old flings. In fact, people claimed he was still messing around with Glorilla, even while playing house with Angela. Now, if that's true, it means Angela was getting played from the jump. And if you know Angela, you know she's always carried herself like a woman looking for depth, stability, a real partner who could show up for her and her son. But instead of finding that, she got a man whose name is constantly tangled up in street beef and messy headlines. Let's not forget, this is the same Gotti whose brother, Big Jook, was tragically killed in a shooting tied to Memphis street politics. And while Angela was posting cute couple selfies, the internet was out here worried about her safety. Comment sections were filled with, Angela, be safe, and girl, this ain't it. But she stayed. Even when the red flags started looking more like flashing neon signs, she stayed. Then came her 37th birthday, and Gotti went all out. We're talking $500,000 on luxury gifts, Chanel bags, diamonds, the works. It looked like he was all in. But now, just a few months later, it's like none of it ever happened. No public appearances, no posts, not even a quiet soft launch birthday shoutout. Angela wiped the slate clean. She archived or deleted every trace of him from her page. Y'all, this man went from "you're all I need" to acting like she never existed. And you know what that screams? It screams rental energy. Flashy, expensive, but short-term. Once the glitter wore off, it all got returned. And now, Angela's solo, dropping fire bikini pics with deep self-love quotes and radio silent on everything Gotti related. Meanwhile, Gotti is out here doing the most for Glorilla again, spoiling her like Angela never even happened. In fact, not long after the silent breakup, Glorilla posted a pic holding a dozen designer bags, captioned with a shout-out to the best CEO in the world. And let's be real, there was no mistaking who she meant. Gotti's back to throwing money at Glorilla like she's the only woman in the world. But here's the twist. Glorilla ain't just getting spoiled, she's getting built up. She's publicly credited Gotti for putting her on business game, helping her get an accountant, manage her money, and make smart moves for her career. That's real investment. That's long-term value. Angela never got that. She got gifts, she got trips. But she never got a stake in the empire. And that's what makes this whole situation sting even more. Angela looked like the trophy, the polished image upgrade that made Gotti look like a grown man. But Glorilla, she matches his grind. She's raw, focused, and moves like a boss. Angela gave boss babe, sure, But Glorilla brought that trenches to the top energy, and Gotti couldn't ignore it. Some men don't want the woman who completes the image, they want the one who mirrors the hustle. And Glorilla never begged, never chased, she just built. That's the energy Gotti respects. Angela, on the other hand, may have always been a little out of place in Gotti's world. She tried to fit into a puzzle that wasn't cut for her. She gave him loyalty, attention, and even wore his chain like a badge of honor. She called him the one. And in return, he gave her public affection, but no private commitment. It was all for show. And when the lights faded, so did the love. Let's not forget, Angela's been through it before. Her ex-fiancé Sutton tragically passed away. Then she dated a basketball player, then a boxer. Nothing stuck. And Gotti? He's never exactly been a safe bet. His name stays in mess. But Angela still chose him, still posted him, still stood beside him, only to be left creating breakup vibes and healing in silence. Meanwhile, Glorilla is out here calling him the best CEO in the game, while dripping in Chanel and rocking an Audemars Piguet watch gifted by Gotti for her 25th birthday. Yeah, he's not just spoiling her. He's investing in her future. And that's a type of love Angela never got to experience. So now, the internet is calling it what it is. Angela looked like a press run. Pretty, polished, temporary, Glorilla. She looks like the first lady of CMG, built in, built up, and built to last. And while Angela's been quiet through all this, her silence speaks volumes. No clapbacks, no public tears, just curated photos and cryptic quotes that scream heartbreak. Whether she's saving face or finally realizing that image-based love will never compare to respect-based loyalty, the writing's on the wall. One commenter summed it up perfectly. Never double back to someone who claims they always liked you, because sometimes they only wanted you just to prove they could get you. That's exactly what happened here. Gotti loved the idea of Angela, but he gave the respect and mentorship to Glorilla. So loves, if you've ever needed a reminder that not every long-term crush is rooted in pure intentions, this is it. Angela gave it her all and still got played. Let this be a lesson in knowing your worth and never mistaking a public fantasy for a private reality. Because what glitters might look like gold, but sometimes it's just tinfoil wrapped in clout.